Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you some masterpiece fragrances in my collection. I haven't done a masterpiece fragrance video in about a couple of years, but someone recently asked me to do an updated masterpiece fragrance collection video. So here we are. So if you want to see what I deem masterpiece in my collection, then please continue to watch. Guys, before we get started with the video, please make sure you like this video, thumbs it up so YouTube knows you love my content, leave me a comment down below so we can get to know each other, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Okay, you guys, so in this video, we have the majority of niche fragrances on my masterpiece list. If you want to see a designer masterpiece video, let me know because I definitely have designer fragrances in my collection that are masterpieces. I do have one designer fragrance on this list and we'll start with it. It is by Victoria Beckham. It's Portofino 97. You guys know I just got this fragrance and I am obsessed, okay? I am obsessed. The way this smells is so incredible, and I have to say that I was given a little cheat code because I was wearing It Girl by Brown Sugar Babe, which smells like this. So I was already falling in love with this scent, not knowing that it was this scent. So when I got this scent, I was already head over heels obsessed. It is so beautiful, y'all. It is so gorgeous. If you have It Girl by Brown Sugar Babe and you love it, you need this because this is the fragrance to the oil. It smells incredible. Layered together, I have a headache just thinking about all the attention and all the compliments that I was getting the day that I wore the It Girl oil by Brown Sugar Babe and Portofino 97. The compliments would not stop rolling in. I felt so beautiful. I felt like just on top of the world. You know when you look good and you feel good and you smell good? That right there is a recipe for conquering a hard day, okay? I don't care what anybody says. When you look good, you feel good, and you smell good, things just happen to fall in place for you. So that day when I wore this, it was just an amazing day, y'all. I smelled so damn good. Let me tell you the notes in this fragrance. There's bergamot, black pepper, sea notes, amber, incense, vetiver, musk, and patchouli. Now, when you hear these notes, you don't hear anything fruity, you don't hear anything floral, like it's not like a frou-frou la-la scent, but it's also not a unisex scent. It's very much a feminine scent. Trust me when I tell you, it might not be frou-frou la-la, okay? But it just smells amazing. And by the name of it and the color of the bottle, I have to think that this is kind of like vacation, summer. And I was wearing this scent, the It Girl oil, all year long. I wore it in the summer, I wore it on vacation, I wore it in the snowstorm. It didn't matter. I was just always wearing It Girl. It's kind of like my signature scent at this point, my signature oil scent. Well, one of them, because I have so many. But I just love that scent so much, y'all, that having this fragrance and just pairing them together, or even if you don't have the oil and you just have the fragrance, or you know, whatever, it is such a gorgeous scent. It is a mood boosting scent. It is a confidence boosting scent. It is a masterpiece. I had to put it in this video because this is definitely a masterpiece in my opinion. I absolutely love it. The performance, the projection, the sillage, the everything. Everything is just gorgeous with this fragrance. Portofino 97 by Victoria Beckham. So the next fragrance is one that I don't hear a lot about in these fragrance streets, but she is still one of the #1 fragrances in my opinion, and it's by Creed, and it's Aventus for Her. This fragrance is another gorgeous, head-turning, banging. Everything about it just checks all the boxes. This is a fragrance that I can honestly say I smell all the notes. Even though it's blended beautifully, I don't want you to think it's not blended to perfection because it is, but I can examine this fragrance with my nose and smell every single note. This fragrance has green apple, and when I tell you the green apple just burst out at you, she is literally hitting you in the face. And you guys know I love me some green apple, okay? There's bergamot, lemon, and patchouli. There's pink pepper, rose, and sandalwood. There's black currant, peach, amber, lilac, and ylang ylang. This is a creamy fragrance. It's a fruity fragrance, but it doesn't smell like your typical fruity floral fragrance. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely different. It definitely has an acquired scent, and I don't think it's going to be for everybody. This is definitely an alpha female boss chick, just commanding the room. Like, you literally want all the attention in the room when you walk in. So you're gonna wear Creed Aventus. It is a gorgeous fragrance. This is my second bottle. My first bottle I got in 2020. I got it right after the stores opened. No, actually, I think it was the same day that the malls were able to open during the panini, if you know what I'm saying, in 2020. And Bay and I went and he bought me this fragrance from Neiman Marcus, and I couldn't be any happier. Finished that bottle, ran through it, and now this is my second one. I love this fragrance. It'll always be in my collection. It will always be a masterpiece fragrance to me. Although I have other Creed fragrances, I have Carmina, I have Queen of Silk, and they're beautiful. But this one right here is just in a class all by herself. Love this down, and definitely a masterpiece fragrance. Creed Aventus for her. So this next fragrance is newer to my collection. It was sent to me by Twisted Lily upon request. Yes, I requested this fragrance towards the end of 2024. It's by Maison Crivelli, and it's Hibiscus Mahajad. You guys, so Brown Sugar Babe sent me an oil called Hibiscus Drive. Hibiscus Drive is the Brown Sugar Babe version of Hibiscus Mahajad. When I smelled that oil, I literally did a backflip, and after I stood up on my feet and regained myself, I hit up Twisted Lily and asked if they can send me this fragrance. This is everything. This is the most beautiful, feminine, pretty girl, it girl type of scent. Okay, this right here is literally that girl. Okay, in this fragrance we have hibiscus, there's damask rose, there's vanilla, there's cassis, there's leather, there's peppermint, ambrette, and cinnamon. Now when you hear peppermint, don't let that throw you off, because honestly it's just blended with the other notes, because I don't get peppermint in this fragrance, but I do get a freshness with this fragrance. But although it's fresh, it's not a light and airy fresh scent. This fragrance is very dense. This fragrance is very in your face. This fragrance is very powerful. This is gorgeous, okay? This is definitely somebody that's walking in the room that wants the attention, okay? I feel like a lot of the fragrances on this list are people that want attention. You definitely don't want to be a wallflower. You want to be known for smelling good, and you want everybody to smell you. That is the fragrances on this list, and for me, those are masterpiece fragrances, because that is literally my personality. When I walk into the room, I want everybody to smell me. I want to smell better than everybody. I want to leave a beautiful trail, and these are the fragrances that do it for me. You can layer with any fragrance on this list, but trust me, you do not need to layer. You can wear these fragrances on their own. This fragrance is gorgeous. When I tell you, she is that girl, that it girl, that alpha female, that chick that everybody wants to know. You want to know, where do you shop? What are you wearing? Where do you eat? What are your favorite restaurants? Like, that is the girl that is smelling like Hibiscus Mahajad. It is incredible. This is a fragrance that you can wear dressed up. You can wear it dressed down. I mean, it can be a signature scent if you want it to be. Y'all, this smells so damn good. Oh my goodness. Oh, this smells so good. I love it so much. And I have a 10% discount code. Check the description box. This is gorgeous. Gorgeousness. Just simply exquisite. Hibiscus Mahajad by Maison Crivelli. So this next fragrance is no stranger to a masterpiece list, because I've definitely had this fragrance on a masterpiece list in the past. It is by Krigler, and it's Abracadabra 221. Now, you guys, this fragrance is very, very expensive. Okay, it is very, very pricey, and I have no discount code on this, and I don't even know if you can get a discount on this, because Krigler is very, very exclusive. They maintain their brand and they want to be exclusive. So if you have the coin and you're willing to spend it, Abracadabra 221 is definitely worth it. Okay, this fragrance lasts and lasts and last on the skin. So you have to love this fragrance. This fragrance is unique. However, it did remind me of a fragrance that I already had in my collection when I smelled it at the Krigler store at the Palace Hotel in New York City. But honestly, guys, I didn't care. It didn't matter because this fragrance smelled so good that even though it reminded me of something, and I'm going to tell you what it reminded me of, I didn't care, y'all, because it just smelled so good. It was something that I could not pass up. I needed it in my collection. But it kind of gives me a little something vibe, okay? A little something vibe of Tom Ford's Metallique. It has a little metallic powderiness to it, but this fragrance is aldehydic. This fragrance has citruses, but it's citruses that you can wear all year long. It kind of has a bite to it. And when I say a bite, almost like something sour. You know what I'm saying? Like it has like a sour after scent to it, if that makes any sense. But it's what's making this fragrance very unique, very beautiful, and just an irresistible scent. And honestly, y'all, when I tell you I am nursing this, I'm trying to nurse it because the Krigler fragrances are so super expensive and they just keep getting higher and higher. So I'm just trying to nurse my little bottle, child, because this smells too good, okay? So in Abracadabra, there's pepper, there's lilies, sandalwood. I mean, there's so many other notes. This fragrance is aldehydic. It smells fresh, but still dense and still heavy enough that you can wear it all year long. In the cold, it'll hold up. It is just a beautiful scent. This is one of those fragrances that if you're wearing a crisp white shirt, this is the perfect scent with a crisp white shirt because the fragrance just smells crisp. It smells fresh. It smells freshly ironed with the creases. Like, this is everything, y'all. I love it so much, and it is definitely a masterpiece. But like I said, it's expensive. It's expensive. It's very pricey, but it's worth it, y'all. I love it so much. Abracadabra by Krigler. Next up, we have a unisex fragrance, but to me, it's unisex leaning more feminine, but definitely not a frou-frou la-la scent, but I am obsessed, and it smells amazing. It is a masterpiece. This is Liwa by Widian. You guys, this fragrance, I mean, okay, first of all, y'all gotta bear with me, okay? Because everything on this list, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, I mean, it's beautiful. It is a whole masterpiece list. So every fragrance on this list is going to give me the same reaction. It's not like a list of rose fragrances or a list of, you know, whatever fragrances. These are masterpiece fragrances. So every single fragrance is going to damn near get the same reaction from me because they're masterpieces. I'm obsessed with them. They just smell exquisite. If ever I need to put it on, one of these fragrances are the fragrances that I'm going to choose because they are just exquisite, okay? This fragrance, back to Liwa, this is the most unisex fragrance on this list. And I say that because I feel like, I guess I can see a man wearing it, but it's definitely unisex leaning more feminine. But the reason why I want to stress to you that it's unisex is because it is not frou-frou la-la, okay? It is not a girly kind of feminine scent, although it is feminine, but it's not girly. It definitely has a more sexy unisex presence to it than something that's ultra feminine. I would never put something like this in a feminine fragrance video. So in Liwa, it opens up with saffron. There's jasmine, amber, white rose, incense, sandalwood, oud, and vetiver. So as you can tell from the notes, this fragrance is not super fruity. It's not super floral, but it is just gorgeous. It is beautiful. Oh, I love it so much. It just has a velvety, smooth texture. If this scent could have a texture, it would be velvet. It is so smooth, so gorgeous, and just so exquisite. This is a date night fragrance. This is a special occasion fragrance. If you're going out at night, in the evening, to whatever the event is, this one right here is definitely going to carry you. It's not one that you have to overspray, said the oversprayer, okay? But if you're somebody that doesn't like overspraying and you just count your sprays, this is one that you can count and keep it pushing because this is a powerhouse fragrance, okay? It is a beast mode fragrance. People are going to smell you with this fragrance. I love it so much. Liwa by Widian. Next up, by Christian Provenzano, we have Rocca. So Marcy first told me about this fragrance after she came back from a scent event in Milan, I believe it was. And she was telling me how beautiful this was and how she thinks that I would love this fragrance, you know, whatever. And then the brand reached out to me and sent me the fragrance. When I tell you, I could not be any happier. This fragrance is another gorgeous it girl banger, okay? This one is definitely more feminine and frou-frou la-la. In my opinion, this is definitely a feminine girly scent. Yeah, I'm not gonna say frou-frou la-la, but it is feminine and it's not girly, it's womanly. It's a very sexy grown woman fragrance. So this fragrance has raspberry and saffron, and if you notice, you guys know saffron is one of my hero notes. So for me, when saffron is in a fragrance, it literally can do no wrong because I love the scent of saffron. Give me a leathery saffron, give me a spicy saffron, give me an airy saffron. I just love saffron. It just does something to fragrances that I feel like no other note can do. So there's raspberry, saffron, orange, and rose. There's caramel. So it has a little bit of gourmands in there for the gourmand lovers. There's peony, amber, musk, and vanilla. It is a gorgeous fragrance. I did a giveaway with this fragrance and my subby that received it was like, girl, you did not lie. This fragrance is everything. It is so beautiful, okay? Lasts forever on the skin. You can layer, you don't have to layer. It is just beautiful. Rocca by Provenzano. So this next fragrance is by Amouage. I have 3 Amouage fragrances in my collection, and this is the one that I chose for the masterpiece video. Not saying that the other 2 aren't beautiful masterpieces, but Guidance 46 is in a class all by herself. You guys, if you know this channel, you already know my history with Guidance. I tried to make that fragrance work because of FOMO. And then I realized it's just not for me. Like, I just cannot justify the price tag because of FOMO. In the dry down of the original Guidance, it just did not work for me. I just could not stand the scent of it on my skin. The opening was beautiful, but once it started to dry down on my skin, I just didn't like the dry down, y'all. And for me, I need to love the opening and the dry down of the fragrance. And the dry down is what's living with you. So you definitely have to love the dry down. Even if the opening is okay and you love the dry down, for me, that makes more sense. So I couldn't do that fragrance. It was what it was. Cut to Guidance 46. This was sent to me by Amouage. When I tell you, when I smelled this fragrance, I smelled this fragrance before it was even released in stores. I went to an Amouage event and I was able to smell this fragrance and I was blown away. I sprayed it on my skin, I smelled it on a card, and it didn't have that thing in the dry down as the original on my skin, and I was sold. This fragrance is very, very unique. This fragrance is definitely not for everybody, okay? Because although I love this fragrance, I can see a lot of people not vibing with it because it's an Amouage fragrance. And if you know anything about Amouage fragrances, they are unique. They are not for the faint of heart. They're very artistic in the way that these fragrances develop on your skin. And I can appreciate art, but some art just ain't for me, okay? Like, let's just call a spade a spade. But Guidance 46, oh my goodness, if I can drink this, I would. This fragrance, I just want it oozing out of my pores. It smells so good. Let me tell you the notes. We have rose and pear. We have hazelnut, almond, and saffron. There's jasmine, vanilla, and oud. There's also tons of other notes. There's musk in here as well. But you guys, this fragrance is gorgeous. Like I said, if you are someone that loves unique fragrances and you have an appreciation for unique fragrances on your skin that just develop and just not smell like any other fragrance, Guidance 46 is for you, okay? Do not blind buy this fragrance because this fragrance is very, very pricey. If you're by a Neiman Marcus or a Bergdorf, you can smell it, try it out on your skin. But let me tell you, try it on your skin, okay? Your skin, try it on your skin because you want to see what it's going to do on your skin. Let me tell you something about the performance of this fragrance right here. She don't go nowhere. This fragrance lasts forever on the skin. Literally, if you spray it on your clothes, it's going to be on your clothes. Even after you launder your clothes, it is still going to be there. So be very careful with this fragrance. It just lingers forever and ever, and it just does not go anywhere. This fragrance is gorgeous, very sexy, very opulent, very rich smelling. Like this right here just smells like money. Okay, it is so gorgeous. I love it so much. Guidance 46 is definitely a masterpiece fragrance. So Bond number 9 fragrances are some of my absolute favorite fragrances. They're unique, they last long. I love the bottle, they're just gorgeous scents. And when I first got into higher end niche fragrances, Bond was like a wish list brand for me. I just wanted all the Bond fragrances. Whenever I got a Bond fragrance, I was just so happy. I was on top of the world. And it's just one of those fragrance houses that will always have a special place in my heart, because it was one of those first niche fragrances that I was introduced to, first niche brands that I was introduced to. Today we have Nomad on the list because in my opinion, this is a masterpiece fragrance. However, I will say it was kind of hard because I had a few Bond fragrances that I wanted to add to this list, but because I didn't want the fragrance list to be more than 10, I had to choose one from Bond. But trust me, I want to say damn near my whole entire Bond collection are masterpiece fragrances. I just had to say that because they just have a special place in my heart. I love them. But this one right here made the list, and I'm going to tell you why she made the list. Because this fragrance happens to be fruity and juicy, but still very, very sexy. This fragrance has oud. It is a fruity oud fragrance, and the oud in this fragrance is definitely a loud oud, but because of that pear, it is just a masterpiece. The pear tames the beast that is the oud. However, the oud is still doing what it needs to do. So for that reason, she's on this list because she's a masterpiece. How did they do that? How are they able to master that? Like this right here is amazing. And I have nothing in my collection that smells like this. I have nothing that I've ever smelled that was like this. It is so sexy, okay? So we have pear, blackcurrant, oud, rose, and vanilla. You guys, this fragrance is so sexy. It is a date night fragrance. It is a special occasion fragrance. I don't wear this fragrance on a regular basis. This is one that I pull out. Like if I'm dressed, or even if I'm not going out on a special occasion, but I'm dressed. There's some times when I'm just going shopping and I just feel like getting dressed, putting on a heel and just being cute because I just like feeling good about myself. I have a lot of clothes and I need to wear them. I don't just wear my good clothes on special occasions. I just wear them whenever I'm in the mood. So when I'm in that mood, I'm reaching for a fragrance like this because this is just the icing on the cake. The cake is you, okay? You're always the cake. Your hair, your makeup, your clothes, your hygiene, you are the cake. And the fragrance is the icing on the cake. Nomad by Bond number 9. Next up by Mind Games, we have Prodigy. And I feel like I've been talking about Prodigy a whole lot lately. But you know what? It doesn't matter. If I love it, I love it. And I'm not fronting to y'all. I'm not going to fake the funk. Prodigy is that girl. I love this fragrance. It's woody. It's a little spicy. It's musky. Oh my goodness, it just smells so gorgeous. It just smells clean, but like a beautiful clean musk, but it's still loud and it's still powerful. There's nothing light and airy about this fragrance. There's nothing skin scent about this fragrance. There's nothing close to you about this fragrance. This fragrance is out there. So it has that scent of like a clean, musky, citrusy, woody kind of scent, but it's very, very loud. It projects. It leaves a beautiful trail. It is a compliment magnet. And speaking of magnets, I don't know if I ever showed y'all this, but the cap is magnetic. Look at that quality. And you can hold the bottle by the cap. I mean, y'all, this is just amazing. I love this bottle. I love this fragrance. I love this scent. Everything about it is beautiful. So in Prodigy, there's rose, bergamot, cardamom, patchouli, vanilla, blonde woods, and sandalwood. It is creamy. It's a little spicy, like I said. If you love the scent of cardamom, it's not in your face cardamom, but you definitely smell it. You smell the rose. It is just a beautiful fragrance, and I feel like I've spoken to you guys about this fragrance so much, so I'm gonna put her down, but just know she is a masterpiece. And I do have a 10% discount code on either So Avant Garde or Mind Games, and it is Aisha 10. Prodigy by Mind Games. So I had the opportunity to create 3 fragrances with the house of Navitus: Amour Infinite, Amorous Intense, and Ambrosia Imperial. All 3 very beautiful fragrances. I'm not just saying that because I created the fragrances, but they are definitely beautiful fragrances. But I have one here today on this list that I deem a masterpiece, and she is Ambrosia Imperial. This fragrance is one of a kind. If you missed the backstory of how this fragrance came about, let me just fill you in really quickly, because you guys know what's in this fragrance. You guys know the notes. There's saffron, caramel, banana. Y'all know all the things, okay? So let me just tell you where the inspiration came from, because I have some people that are new here. During the pandemic, we weren't going out to eat, obviously. So I was learning how to cook things that I've never ever cooked before. So I was making bananas Foster for us. Bae came downstairs and asked me what I was wearing. And I'm like, I'm not wearing anything. I haven't even showered yet. I'm actually just cooking. I'm making bananas Foster for us. And he was like, oh, that smells mad good. Like, it smells like something that you would wear. Y'all, let me tell you something. I've always wanted a banana fragrance. I have one. Actually, I had 2. I think I decluttered one of them. But I do have one that's more like a banana leaf. It's like a green banana leaf. But I wanted a fragrance that actually smells like banana. I wanted you to be able to smell the banana, but I didn't want it to smell like a one-note fragrance. I didn't want it to smell like something that you can get from Bath and Body Works. I wanted it to be banana, but just elevated. Banana, but special. Banana, but different. I wanted people who didn't like banana or didn't even know they like banana to fall in love with banana, because banana is everything, okay? So this fragrance was just something that I had in my mind, that if I ever got to create a fragrance or a body cream, that's what I always said. If I ever got to create a fragrance or a body cream, I wanted to have caramel, I wanted to have banana, I wanted to have saffron. I just wanted to have all those notes, and I wanted to smell sophisticated and just different. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Ambrosia Imperial came about. Bertrand Duchefort read all my notes, and he got all of my inspiration, and he put it together, and this is what it is, Ambrosia Imperial. And this is a fragrance to me that'll go down in history. This is a fragrance that's like a Baccarat. It's like a Delina. And I'm not trying to sit up here on a soapbox and toot my own horn, but it is just a masterpiece fragrance. And you have to be proud of your work. If you're not proud of your work, then who's going to be proud of you? So it's not being conceited or thinking I'm full of myself. No, it is just a masterpiece fragrance. And I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy with the results. And this is a fragrance that will always be in my heart, in my collection. I love it so much. And no matter where she goes, she's in Neiman Marcus right now. If she goes to Bergdorf or Harrods or wherever she goes, she will always be in my heart, because I always will know that this right here is me. So Ambrosia Imperial, my first collaboration with Navitus Parfums. All right, guys, we made it to the end of the video. Leave it in the comments below and let me know what are some of your masterpiece fragrances in your collection. Let's talk about it below like we always do. Remember, guys, to stay safe, be great, stay great, and always strive for greatness. AI the Great signing out, but I'll see you in my next video. Peace.